Hi girls. So what we want to do, we're going to look at grid references, and grid references are a way to show us where things are on a map. Okay, and so there are things called four-digit grid references, okay, which give us the general area, or six-figure grid references, which are specific locations. Okay, on vertical lines, they're called eastings, and our horizontal lines are called northings. Really, really important that you understand you always read and write the numbers on the bottom first. Okay? So you have to crawl before you can walk. Okay? Read the numbers on the bottom first, and then read the bottoms going up second. And I'll show you what that means in a minute. Okay? It's really, really important though that you read them in the right order. Okay? So on a map, okay, that you might find in an exam, okay, there are going to be symbols. You might have to say what grid reference a symbol is at, or they might give you the grid reference, and you have to locate what feature is at that point. Okay, so we're going to slide over and look at our example here. Okay. So, first things first, right, the bottom, you're reading the bottom first, which is our northings, okay, and then you're going to read up the side, secondly, okay, which is our eastings. Okay. Now what you need to remember, okay, I'm going to zoom in here, okay, is that each black dot, or line, represents a decimal point, okay, so we're counting from 61 up to 62. All right, so the first black dot, all right, would be 61. Hold on a second. All right, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, until you're back up to 62. Okay, and you would do the same thing between here, 31 and 32. Okay? And that's how you're going to get your third number. So, let's say, okay, we want to find, okay, the grid reference for the church. Okay? Now to know what the feature is, you have to look at your key. Okay? So in a map, okay, or if you have a grid reference question in your exam, they're going to give you a key. Look at the key to know what feature is represented, okay, what the image is. Okay, so in our key, right, a little house with a cross on it, we see that means it's a church. Okay, if we want to find the grid reference for the church, okay, we of course start at the bottom, okay, and so you go across. We know it's between 61 and 62. We need to know the third number. Okay, and so all you would do, okay, with a ruler, one second. Just gotta try and get the video to sit down. Alright, hopefully this will work. Alright, so you take your ruler, you've located where the church is, okay, and you count across, and we know, okay, right, it's really close to 2, so it's 6, 1, 2. Okay, so your eastings, your first three numbers for the church are going to be 6, 1, 2. Now we have to see what our eastings are going to be. Right? The second three numbers. We know it's between 31 and 32. Okay, and again, Right? Use a ruler, go across. And if there's 10 marks between 31 and 32, we know that it's going to be 31 and another 1. So it's 3, 1, 1. Okay? And that would be your 6-digit grid reference. Let's try it again with the lake. Okay? So we know we have this symbol, we go to our key, and we find that it represents a lake. Okay, so if they ask to find the lake, the grid reference, what we do, we know it's between 61 and 62. Hold on, girls. Okay. We know it's between 61 and 62. And again, using our ruler, right, draw a line to where the middle of it is. And our first 3 numbers, it's 6, 1, 7. Okay? So 6, 1, 7. And then we need our second set of 3. And we look at the sides. And again, you would just count up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? And it's really close to 9. So it would be 3, 1, 3, 1, 8. Okay? So the grid reference for the lake is 617, 318. Now they might ask you, okay? Okay. They might ask you to also show, okay, they might give you a grid reference and ask what feature is there. Okay. So here they've given us a grid reference of 619, 311. Okay? So we have to find out what feature is located there. So let's go. Alright? So 6-1, and it's going to be really close to 6-2. Alright, so we go up, alright, till we hit some type of feature. Now to make sure we know it's right, it's the right feature, we got to use our eastings. So 3, 1, and 1 we go across, okay, and both match up to where the trees are. And we look at our key, and the key tells us it's a forest. So the feature that's found at 619, 311 is a forest. Okay? So hopefully that makes a little more sense to you. And keep watching the other videos.